Hey guys, welcome to Weekly Crypto. If you watched my previous video about Dragon Chain, PayPal, Pillar Project, Simple Token, Cardano, and Wabi, you should be very happy with your portfolio. I'm not a financial advisor. Please use the due diligence to invest your money. Today we're going to talk about ArcBlock. So the public sale will be started on February 3rd. To participate, you need to go through the KYC process. You need to register. The KYC process takes about 3 days. The ArcBlock token distribution will be 186 million ABT token. There will be no inflation. All the tokens already pre-minted. There will be no mining. The maximum token amount for sale is 45%. And then 32%, 45% is the maximum token for sale for the public. 32% is for community rewards for the miners. 15% is for the team. 8% is for the marketing and partner. So the soft cap is 12,000 Ethereum, and the hard cap is 37,500 Ethereum plus 6 million Cyber Miles tokens. So you can also use Cyber Miles to participate in this token generation event. So you can use both, so which is pretty good. So if you have Cyber Miles, you can use it. So here is this Robert Mo is the CEO and chief architect of ArcBlock. So what are they trying to do for ArcBlock? So what is ArcBlock? So ArcBlock is essentially a platform and ecosystem for building and deploying decentralized blockchain applications. So essentially, they just want to deploy the decentralized blockchain application. So what are they trying to solve? They try to build a more scalable and easy to use platform. Currently, we have a not very user-friendly environment, especially for the newbies. Sometimes they have a hard time how to use certain blockchain technology applications. And also with the CryptoKitty, it also slowed down the Ethereum network. So they try to do a more scalable and also more user-friendly blockchain applications, which is aimed to target the end user. So they said they try to do more user-friendly application, then can have more mainstream adoption. So who are the competitors? Competitor is EOS, is another competitor. So what's the difference between EOS and ArcBlock? So EOS is start a new blockchain. For ArcBlock, intentionally not to create a new blockchain, but cooperate with existing mainstream applications like Ethereum and Hyperledger. So they use a approach is a top-down approach. So they focus on the user experience. So first, because currently the technology, they focus on the technology, and sometimes they create certain product that is very user unfriendly. So it's difficult for mainstream adoptions. So for ArcBlock platform, they try to deploy some user-friendly application that allow typical user able to use the application as well. So they also talk about ArcBlock and Ethereum. Ethereum right now has scalability issues. They plan to do, for ArcBlock, they plan to do more than 100,000 transactions per second. So what are some of the features of ArcBlock? Some of the features is basically they have an open chain access protocol. Open chain access protocol, basically you can work on different blockchain protocol. For example, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Hyperledger. You can switch back and forth between different blockchain. And also, they have a block net, which is you can take advantage of microservice architect, also serverless computing. So if you go to the white paper, I think they talk about ArcBlock is blockchain 3.0. Blockchain 1.0 is Bitcoin. It's just a simple ledger that record transactions. And then the blockchain 2.0 is Ethereum. You have smart contract and everything. Here you have cloud nodes and you have open chain assets, which you can deploy the applications on different blockchain. And then you also have a blocknet, which is a middleware. They have a scalability issues, right? So you can do some of the things off chain. Incentive for the self-evolution, and incentive because if you look at the roadmap, eventually the ArcBlock developer can issue their own token as well. So it creates more incentives for the developer. So what is ABT token? ABT is essentially a utility token for paying the cost of using the platform. So ArcBlock is not an open source initially. It's not an open source platform, but as they go through different development stage, they will open up those critical protocol. So is ArcBlock a public blockchain? ArcBlock is not intended to be a public blockchain. They just want to deploy more user-friendly applications on the existing blockchain technology. So here is another feature that is very attractive for blockchain for the developer. So eventually, the ArcBlock developer can issue their own token eventually. So we talk about what they're going to do in this project. So we talk about that. It's just an open source protocol that open abstract layer and then underlying blockchain enable your application to work on different blockchain, and they try to create a more user-friendly application on the blockchain. And here is the roadmap. So the roadmap, they started this project on Q1. They have a prototype already, and on Q4 2017, they already developed their architecture for the token design functionality. They also implement the Ethereum adapter with open chain access protocol. And then they complete the prototype for the first end-to-end application built on the top of ArcBlock. So Q1, right now, they have a token generation event. And Q2, they're going to launch the first decentralized consumer application built on ArcBlock with development partners. And they're going to implement Hyperledger adapter with open chain access protocol, and then they're going to list the token on the exchange. So Q3 2018, they are going to do a first public release candidate for open chain access protocol, and then the open source open chain access protocol and its reference implement on Ethereum and Hyperledger. And then Q4, they're going to have an official release of this protocol on the Ethereum and Hyperledger. And then they will have a full ArcBlock platform ready for the client and partner, and then it will open to the general public as well. And then Q1, they're going to have a widespread, 2019, they're going to have a widespread deployment with more partner and developer. And this is the feature that ArcBlock has, is the ArcBlock developer can issue their own token. So this is a pretty extensive roadmap, and they also have a 5-year plan for this project. This is pretty extensive. So the team, let's look at the team. Robert Moe. So go to LinkedIn. So Robert Moe, let's see. Robert Moe is the founder and chief architect at ArcBlock. And he used to work for Microsoft as a software engineer. He worked there like for 5 years and 6 months. He is the senior software development engineer. And then 2 years and 8 months, he worked for research software and development engineer. So another member is, let's see, oh, he's the CTO or chief scientist of this project. He also worked for, used to work for Microsoft as well as a development engineer, software engineer. So they have a pretty good technical team, which is good. So let's go to the advisor. Advisor, you have Deng Li. Deng Li is pretty famous in China, actually. He's one of the richest men in China. Let's go to his profile. So William Deng, this is from Forbes magazine. His net worth is 9.2 billion, and he's the CEO of NetEase, one of the world's largest online mobile game business. and China richest man as well, and his first internet and gaming billionaire back in 2003. And Neti's revenue rose by 67% in 2016 to 5.5 billion. The company traded on Nasdaq. So it's traded on Nasdaq as well. Let's go to the Nasdaq. See, this is the company, currently $322 in Nasdaq. So besides a very strong advisor, also they have another CIO of Microsoft Japan, and also they have a VP of Expedia, and they also partner with CyberMiles as well. And they also have partnered with SAP, IBM, Crypto Group, CyberMiles. So looks like this is a pretty solid project. They also have a very strong support from the community. They have 9,000 Twitters, 9,000 people follow them, and also in Telegram they have 30,000 members follow this project. So this project seems to be very promising, but the roadmap seems to be a little bit ambitious to me. So let me know what you think about this project. If you like the video, please subscribe and hit the like button. And if you want me to review some other ICO, please comment below. I'm not a financial advisor. Please use your due diligence to invest your money. Remember, we, the people, take control of our money. Stay wise, stay safe, peace.